This is not Barcelona, this is not Spain, this is Vancouver, Canada, my home on a beautiful autumn day. Hey everyone, this is Tim and I hope you're doing well and really fantastic. I got a chance to visit Spain and we'll take you there in a moment, but really great people there and beautiful sights, beautiful festivities, and of course it was the people from Michael to Ishmael to Marie. Incredibly friendly, incredibly happy, and incredibly generous, and maybe a little too much so with all the spirits and libations, but ultimately so grateful for that. And also really grateful for Zbiotics for sponsoring this video. Let's face it, sometimes after a wonderful night with good friends, good food, and some good drinks, I don't bounce back like the way I used to. It's almost the situation of having your cake and eating it too, where you can have a great night out versus having a great next morning, but maybe not both. And that is until now with Zbiotics, where you can have your cake and eat it too, so to speak. Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle the rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next state. Zbiotics pre-alcohol probiotic produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut where you need it the most. Just remember to drink Zbiotics before drinking alcohol, then enjoy your evening responsibly, drink responsibly, and have a good night's sleep to feel your best tomorrow. And here in Canada, we have the privilege of actually having two Thanksgiving, an early official Thanksgiving for Canadians, and also the US Thanksgiving. And here, when celebrating with family and friends, having Zbiotics beforehand is a wonderful way to prepare for the celebrations to come with good friends, good family, good food, and good drinks. And Zbiotics come in a variety of packages from 3 packs to 6 packs to 12. This is the 3-bottle pack. Very simple user guide inside. How to use it, how it works with the science, and the mission of Zbiotics. And it's very simple. Take one of the bottles, shake it up, and drink Zbiotics before drinking alcohol, and then of course enjoy your evening responsibly. And with all the festivities of Thanksgiving and Halloween coming up, and in fact this Halloween, pair your candy and cocktails with Zbiotics to avoid a spooky next morning. Go to zbiotics.com/TimLee or scan the QR code on the screen right now to get 15% off your first order when you use TimLee at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription using my code so you can stay prepared no matter the time or occasion. Zbiotics is backed with a 100% money back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money back, no questions asked, so there really isn't any risk. Remember to head over to zbiotics.com/TimLee and use code TimLee at checkout to save 15% off. Thank you to Zbiotics for sponsoring this video. And with that, this is a scene of Vancouver during autumn, and this is a scene of Barcelona at night. And in a very quick instance, we are back in Spain. This is Barcelona, and thank you so much for joining, and really kind of Michael and Maria and Ishmael. Very, very generous folks there. And I got a chance to explore Barcelona today in the daylight from the breathtaking works of Gaudi, the Sagrada Familia from above, and all the magnificent architecture. People were taking pictures and I had to join them. And I got a chance to explore Las Ramblas, the famous street in Barcelona. People were saying you can look, but don't touch or don't buy anything to eat. And as much as I resisted, I came across La Boqueria, the market, and I held off as much as I could, a little bit of snack. It was expensive because you are paying the tourist premium, and I'm so glad I had a little bit because I'm excited to try a fantastic buffet here in Barcelona. I think this is the largest Chinese-Spanish buffet here. It's a little bit after 8 and it's pretty dark, but they start their dinners late and I can't wait to give it a try. It's right up ahead. Come on, I hope you're hungry. Let's have a meal together. All right, so I forgot to mention this buffet is less than $30, and I always like to get here early when it's nice and pristine. And 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9, it's still early in Spain here. Let's see if we can grab a table. One person.
Sit and please here.
It is nice to grab a table, and it is wonderfully air conditioned here because it was pretty hot in the morning. So let me show you the room here. This is still early, but I had a chance to look at the buffet line, and it is wonderfully hectic, and I can't wait to give it a try. But I think I'm gonna wait till the line dies down. In the meantime, I am ready for a drink, and I see it coming here from Shui. Oh, thank you. Nothing like a Chinese sangria in a German mug. This is muy grande, and cheers or salute to you. Oh, so refreshing. Lots of wine, lots of fruit, very flavorful, and lots of cold. I can certainly taste the wine. The Spanish generosity is live and strong here. Cheers. Or salute. Oh, and with that, I think let's go for the buffet. And I'm gonna take my bag with me. I've heard stories, but look at this. So this is looking pretty good. We've got rows and rows of food. And we've got some hardworking folks at the back grilling up a storm. And oh my goodness, look at this. They have lobster. I am truly impressed here. Again, this is like $30 and pretty amazing here. No time to lose, and typical in a very dense city, everything is compact because not only do they have one row of items, not two rows of items, but 3 rows of items per line, and this is pretty spectacular. You know what? I'm gonna start from the front. Oh, and I just saw some lobster there. So starting off, this is gonna be a fun trip here. So I think typical Spanish, you've got the olives and the manchego cheese, the eggs, and this is a little bit of healthy salad items. But luckily the salad items are confined to this local area. And I think the only salad I will have is the avocado. So a little bit here. The vegetable quota met, and someone's making fun. So really nice folks here, and let's see. We've got some cabbage over there. Those are snails there. And then, oh, my favorite salad down here. That is potato. And I have actually developed a liking to octopus. In Spain and Japan, they do it so well. I think I'm gonna top it off with a little bit of this. This is so beautiful. And as good as the octopus looks, the shrimp looks even better. Look at that. Right over here. So now we have an avocado, potato, octopus, shrimp salad, and sardines on the other end. Some giant shrimp, lemon, and when you see lemon, more seafood. These are the mussels. So normally at a buffet, I'd like to try one of everything. Not gonna do it here, and look at this. Now we move on to the hot items. We have some veggies and stuff on the other side, and on this side, I think this is some chicken here. And unfortunately, they come in 2, so that is a little bit bigger than I'd like. And then of course, we have the lobster. And while that's running out, that's okay because there should be more. Some more fried items, and then fried chicken next to the other chicken. Some chicken skewers, some gizzards, and some chicken wings. A little bit of crab claw, puffy goodness. And my goodness, there is so much here, and I haven't barely moved at all. And they are replenishing the shrimp. Thank you. And believe it or not, this is the first time I'm turning down shrimp because there's just so much more. Let's see what else. A little bit of croquettes. Have a straggler fry there. Let's grab one of these right over here. Some fried smelts, spring rolls. These are, I guess these are deep fried buns or deep fried mantou as they call it. And then those are potatoes, bravas. Oh my goodness, there's so much. A little bit of crawfish and some shrimp. And look at those giant shrimp there. Oh my goodness. Hantai. Very, very big. And I don't think I'm gonna wait to cross to the other side. I'm just gonna grab it here. Passing the calamari, excuse the reach. Oh my goodness. Shrimp number 1 and shrimp number 2, and it gets better. This is oxtail, amazing. Hi. Just having fun here. Wow, there's so much. Hando. Hando. I haven't even made it an eighth of the way, and look at this. So normally I'm gonna say no to the skewers, but these look like wonderful fatty salmon skin. They're gonna fill you up, but that's okay. Right over here. And then some snails, and I think a few people abandoned their dishes. Oh, okay, and then let's see what else we have. I think this is pork, and more pork. Let's see, green beans. I am so impressed here, and there's more. Beautiful corn, and oh, they keep stocking this up. This is roasted pork, nice and crispy, and next to it, some potatoes and short ribs. And below it, more potatoes. I think we gotta go for the lechon or the roasted pork. And this is nice, wonderful lamination of meat and fat and crispy goodness. A little bit of a fatty short rib. And as much as I know I should not get a potato, I think these are just too irresistible. Right over here. And a little bit of quail next to the octopus. Some beef, more beef, some asparagus. Look at this. Lobster paella and seafood right over here. And a little bit of paella. So I think I am gonna go for the lobster paella, and as Fernando did, I am scraping off the sucrat right over here, and a little more rice, and I think that's all I can handle for the first round. That was a lot of work, and this is like a work of art. There was so much food, and I needed 2 plates, and I got some more lobster over there. And it was interesting because once the lobster came, it was a mad dash. Gone within 10 seconds. You just have to be fast. But I think let's give this a try. But before that, I worked up quite a sweat. A little bit of sangria. Oh man. So I think let's try something crispy in the form of a croqueta. Just as good as any croqueta I've had. Crispy, crunchy on the outside, and fluffy potato and harmon or ham on the inside. Already a very good start. I'm gonna try the potatoes, and I think that involves a little bit of switcheroo. So we've got the potatoes here, and again, there's so much food. We've got to mix everything up. A little bit of the avocado, a little bit of the potato, a little bit of octopus, have it stick there, and a little bit of shrimp, and that is quite the bite. Cheers, and delicately balanced. So just gotta stop for a moment because I am so impressed. This is under $30, and the flavor and the freshness of everything is immaculate. That has got to be the best bite of food I've ever had because it is just so fresh. The potatoes nice and creamy. Avocado is so fresh. And the freshness of the octopus and the shrimp, a little bit of sesame flavor, sesame oil there, absolutely delicious. Where do we go from here? Maybe a little bit of a salmon skewer. At least that's what I think it is, but there's only one way to find out. But it looks like it's wonderfully fatty. Let's give this a try. Oh. You know how salmon can be dry sometimes, but never so along the skin area. And this is exactly where everything is, right below the skin with a lot of fat, wonderfully tender and juicy, and a little bit of chard for extra flavor. Oh, that is so good. And next to it is the oxtail. But I think I'm going to hold off on that because over there is the rice. And I can't think of anything better than oxtail and rice in the form of paella. Let's do a bit of a switcheroo. All right. So because there's so much food, there's going to be a lot of switching around. And I can't say no to that lobster. And look at this. Nicely chopped up for you. Pull it out. Oh. Wonderfully cooked. And with the Asian style of cooking lobster, it's chopped up, bite-sized, less effort, lots of flavor, and I think we need to try a little bit of the rice. So, removing the lobster, a little bit of the paella. It's very good, but not as flavorful as some of the other places I've had. It's a fair paella. It's basically very well seasoned rice. I can't complain about that, especially when there is an oxtail that I can use in combination with the rice. And look at that. It just falls off. Fork tender, a wonderful combination. A little bit of meat, a little bit of rice. Blown away. Absolutely tender. Tendons and fat are just melty, and the rice is a perfect substrate to soak up all that goodness. Oh, that is so good and so flavorful. I need a little bit of sangria to offset. And finally, the lechon with the wonderful layers of fat. A little bit of chew, but still crispy. Not mind-blowing, but still very good. So, I think I'm going to finish this round and we'll take you back for some more. A little bit more sangria. Cheers. Look at the carnage. Absolutely so much food for the first round. That short rib was so flavorful. Had to go a little bit primal, but very delicious. And did I mention how good the oxtail is? I had to take things in my own hands. Very delicious. And I think the crab was a little bit of a mistake. A lot of work, but very delicious. Same thing with the shrimp. A little bit of work with the head and a little bit of deshelling and checking that it's clean. It's very good. And that fried chicken, it might not look like much, but it was so crispy and juicy. That was such a fantastic start. It only gets better from here. Come on, let's go for round 2 and hopefully round 3 and 4 and more. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm getting full after that first round. And look at this. They just keep replenishing. So I took you over there. Now I'm in the middle between the 2 rows. All right, and let's just go down this aisle to see what we missed. Okay, so this is the same view, but from the other side. So we've got some anchovies, some shrimp, and those were the lemon that I remember. Quickly going, we've got some shell mai, the crab puffs. Oh, deep fried sushi. But taking a detour, we have more seafood. On this side, this is fish and chips, just the fish. And if you want a little bit more healthy, these are grilled. But I think we'll go for one of these. Oh, and as much as I want to stay away from the fillers, I can't say no to the noodles. And the noodles are actually right down here. So you got a couple of types, some thick noodles, some thin noodles, and oh, I remember these. Those are instant noodles, and while it might not sound very good, it is one of my favorites from Vietnam. I think this is the Maggi noodles right over here. Okay, and one cannot live on noodles alone. One needs a little bit of sauce to go with it. Along with that, some octopus. Pile it on here. The first row done. Let's go to the second row. Okay, so this looks a little bit raw, but I remember at the beginning I saw all those hardworking folks at the grill, and I think they grill it up for you. So I'm gonna come back for that, and let's see what else they have. So much seafood here. And before we go to the sushi, they're gonna replenish the lobster. Let me show you what happens. So it wasn't as frantic as last time, maybe because I was filming, because you still have a few pieces left. I think people get a little intimidated with the camera, but let's see. Oh, the sushi. All right, so these are looking pretty good. And I think the roll on the far corner looks really good. A little bit of salmon, a little bit of avocado, and a lot of rice. Number one and number two. And there are just a couple of those salmon rolls left. I think I'm gonna give that a try. Right here. All right, and next we have some shrimp, some tuna, and some seared salmon as well, right over here. And they are replenishing these nicely. And right at the end, some Iberico ham. Thankfully, they slice it up for you already. Go for the fatty bits and a little bit more. And off to the grill station. So we've got to be pretty strategic here. We've got some chicken, some chorizo, sausage, and a wonderful steak. That is looking a bit lean, and I wonder if that's a mistake, but that's okay. Mistakes at a buffet are not the end of the world. And look at these giant shrimp. A little bit of a surf and turf. So more shrimp over there, some frog legs, and I think we're transitioning between seafood and meats, asparagus, hola, and I think maybe a little bit of onion or a lot. Wait, those are so good.
Champignon.
No, not the champignon.
Navaja.
Waha, huh?
Navaja.
Navaja. So I'm looking at my neighbor's dish, and the Navaja looks so good. Some more salmon, some squid. And that fish, or that fish over there, I've never had. And I think that might be catfish. And excuse my reach, but I think I'm gonna give this one a try. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh, and look at this. Oh gosh, that does not look very good, but I'm sure it's tasty. Ay-ya. All right, well, I'm gonna skip on that because there's nothing left. But let's see what else we have. So this is the razor clam or the navaja, and unfortunately they are out, but that's okay. You give it 10 seconds and they'll replenish it. So we've got some crab here, but I'm not gonna make that mistake because they are a lot of work. And let's see what else. Oh, look at the shrimp. These are the little shrimp, shrimp poquito, and these are shrimp grande. And as grande as they are fiery red, almost ferocious. And let's get a pair of these next to the other shrimp. Luckily, they stay on. So let's go see our good friend at the grill. And there's a bit of a line. Hi, Chef Ming.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You are so busy, and it's fantastic here. All right, thank you. So I am so glad I came here early because look at this. Absolutely mayhem in the best possible way. And I think my turn is up next. How he keeps track of the orders, I have no idea. So I don't know how Chef is doing it because I am sweating like crazy here. I think my dish is taking a little bit longer because of the steak, and I think they cook it well done. So let's see. And I am tempted to take that plate right in front of me. Gracias. Oh, muy bueno. Yes. All right, so this is piping hot, looking really good, and I think we need to take this back to the table right away. All right, round two took quite a toll, and I am sweating from the grill. And did you see Chef? He was drenched. So a lot of food for the second round, and I think this is all I can handle. But let's take some sushi while it's still cold. A little bit of the soy. That is a nice salmon. Nice sear on the outside and wonderfully fresh and chilled. Very nice, and I gotta go for that ginormous roll that has more salmon and some avocado in the middle. A little bit of soy as well. Oh. That is a good roll. Creamy avocado, and the rice is a perfect texture. Chef Ming really did a nice job at the sushi station. Cheers. And let's check the grilled plate. And we have an empty razor clam. That's okay, because the razor clam is right over here. All deshelled for you. Cheers. Wow. That is wonderfully tender, nice and juicy, perfectly cooked. I could have a lot more of those. And I think we need to try the razor clam with the potato salad to cut the wonderful seafood richness. Very nice. And hey, where's my fish? I see the massive prawns here, and I see another massive prawn, the steak, the onions. I think someone got my fish, but that's okay. There is a fried fish here. Let's give this a try. It's not bad, but it is a little bit dry, and I think that can sometimes happen when you have a deep fried item waiting for a while. But thankfully, we have the potato salad. Oh, caught that right there to cut the dryness. Fried fish as a foundation for a wonderful fresh potato salad, not a bad thing. Very good and very messy, and I think we gotta try the steak. And I think I want the fatty cut here, and I think they do it well done. Yep, that's well done. So let's give this a try. It is a little dry, but that's okay. We've got some of the noodles next with the soft octopus. Nothing like some comforting noodles. Cheers. So the noodles are good. So I'm gonna finish up this meal here with the shrimp and even the steak, and of course the wonderful ham, and I'll take you back for hopefully some dessert. Oh, cheers. All right, so that round was a lot of food, and I'm kind of glad that the fish was missing. The Iberico ham, I found out the hard way that too much fat on the ham isn't such a good thing. And while the steak was a little bit dry, the potato salad was a nice way to counteract that. And now it is time for dessert, but look at how busy it is still. And Chef Ming mentioned that this is a slow day, so I'm gonna grab a plate. So typical at an Asian buffet, they are not known for a lot of the desserts. It's only a little bit of sweetness to end the meal, and let's see what they have. So this is a refrigerated section. Up there is a mystery stainless steel pot that I am not gonna figure out what's inside, but moving on. These are some cheesecake, and I know they are stocking these up quite quickly, but let's just grab one over here. And a wonderful red velvet custard cake, or a mousse cake center cut. Right here, perfect square next to the cheesecake. There we go. So this is very busy. There is a traffic jam as they try to replenish the station, and as soon as things are put on, they are taken away. There's still some cakes there, but it's too much of a mad rush. I think I'm just gonna go for some fruit and maybe some ice cream. And look at this. A little bit of fruit in the form of lychee right over here. And maybe next to the lychee, we have some watermelon. And I think this would be a wonderful treat because it is so warm. That was a lot of work. And maybe our final energy for the ice cream, and there is a line. But maybe I can elicit some help C'est possible une scoop? Ah, gracias. Once again, the kindness of others. So that was absolutely insane. It's really busy, and really thankful for that gentleman for that scoop of ice cream. And it's always nice to find something new at the table. A nice glass of white wine, and much needed, because that was quite a workout and working up a sweat. But cheers. Very nice. And Shui put the whole bottle here, but I want to assure you that I did not drink all this. There was about a glass left when she came by, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's try a little bit of the cake, starting with the cheesecake here. It's one of these no-bake cheesecake that's really moussey and creamy, and the graham cracker crust has absorbed all the lychee goodness and a little bit of fruit on the top. Wonderful flavors. Let's try the cake next with the wonderful mousse and the red velvet foundation. Oh, nice and creamy. And the cake has absorbed that lychee syrup, really nice. We need to mix this up a little bit. A little bit of custard, a little bit of cake with some frozen custard in the form of ice cream. A glass of wine to the rescue. Nice recovery, and so thank you so much for joining. I think I'm going to finish this up. This is Wok Dao, and I just realized I forgot to mention the name of the restaurant or the buffet. It is under $30, so it's an incredible deal. I never would have imagined all the fantastic seafood and the lobster and the paella and all the great meats. And of course, as good as the food is, it's the people here that are fantastic. Shui and Chef Ming and Chef there that's working up a sweat on the grill. So really nice to see. So thank you so much for joining. And until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're eating well, and I hope you're traveling well. And with that, I think a nice lychee would hit the spot with our fingers. So thank you so much again, and God bless to you and yours. Cheers. Nice and refreshing. And this is so busy still. And after dinner tonight, it is breakfast tomorrow, and it happens to be the best breakfast buffet in Europe, and I hope you'll join me for that.